Okay, so we're down to our first two chapters for this preliminary. Now we will go with our last topic for prelims, and that is problem solving. Problem solving. So we will discuss inductive and deductive reasoning, problem solving with patterns, and problem solving strategies. So let's discuss first inductive and deductive reasoning. We will differentiate the two. So let's compare. Number one, during the past 10 years, a tree has produced plums every other year. Last year, the tree did not produce plums, so this year the tree will produce plums. The next one, all home improvement cost more than estimate. The contractor estimated that my home improvement will cost $35,000. Thus, my home improvement will cost more than $35,000. So, compare these two statements or the way they have come up with their reasons. Compare nyo yung dalawang statements. Kung ano ba yung pagkasunod-sunod. Kung nagsimula ba sila sa specific to general and then general to specific. Right now, we will discuss inductive reasoning. A conclusion based on inductive reasoning is called a conjecture. When we say conjecture, it may or may not be correct. Okay, it is the process of reaching a general conclusion by examining specific examples. So, meaning, doon tayo makakakuha pa lang tayo ng conclusion doon sa specific examples. Yun yung nagiging basis for conclusion. Yan. So sabi sa inductive reasoning, ini-examine yung examples para makakuha ng conclusion. So yung naging first part natin dyan is examples. Therefore, sabi dyan ay binigay nyo may two parts yung situation o yung statement. Sabi, during the past 10 years, a tree has produced plums every other year. Tapos, last year, the tree did not produce plums. So, this year, the tree will produce plums. Ayan, parang may, sabi nga sa inductive reasoning, it starts with the examples para makakuha tayo ng conclusion. Yan. Use inductive reasoning to predict the next number in each of the following list. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. So, of course, the answer will be 18. Kasi nga, titingnan natin yung examples. So, dito sa ating given, we have 3, 6, 9, 12, and 15. I-observe natin yung examples na binigay. Find the common difference, and then after that, we can conclude. Same lamang doon sa statement na nauna. Examine the examples and then make a conclusion based on the examples. Next, 1, 3, 6, 10, 15. Okay. So, how can you predict or how can you make a conclusion? Or how can you predict the next element? Yan. So, 1 minus 3 is 2. 3 minus 6 is 3. 6 minus 10 is 4. Then 10 minus 15 is 5. So, as you can observe, the differences ay parang ano siya, n plus 1. So, dumadagdag siya ng dumadagdag. From 2, 3, 4, 5. Then, Based on that, pwede natin i-predict na yung next will be ang magiging difference nila is 6. Therefore, 15 plus 6 will be 21. Ayan. Ayan. So, dito ang ating original number is 5. Then, ang answer natin is 20. Okay? Kukompare natin dun sa ating original number. Katulad dito sa gagawin ninyo. Try to pick a different number and compare the result to the original number and make a conclusion. Okay? Kaya tinatanong kayo, what did you observe? Kaya doon kanina, ang sagot natin is 20. Then, ang original number natin is 5. Pag kayo pipili na ibang number, ganun din ang gagawin ninyo. Kung ano yung naging outcome, i-compare nyo doon sa inyo na piling number. And then, observe what happened. And then, compare it to our example. Okay? Sige. Pwede nyo i-testing yan sa inyong scratch paper. Okay. When we say conjecture, by following the steps, a number that is 4 times the original number is produced. Ayan. Kasi nga doon sa ating kanina naging outcome is 20 at ang ating naging original number is 5. So 20 divided 5 is 4. So panigurado kung may pili kayo ng original number o ng any number na susundin niyo yung process kanina, ang magiging outcome nyo is 4 times doon sa original number na pinili ninyo. Okay. Ito naman, let's have this. All home improvement cost more than the estimate. The contractor estimated that my home improvement will cost $35,000. Thus, my home improvement will cost more than $35,000. Okay. So, ano kaya example ng reasoning to? It is an example of deductive reasoning from its definition itself. Ano doon sa kanina? Yan. Okay, when we say deductive reasoning, it is the process of reaching a conclusion by applying general principles and procedures. So you may now differentiate the two reasoning, the inductive and deductive reasoning, based on their definition and examples. Ito, additional example for deductive reasoning aside from the statement kanina. Okay, so ito na rin, gamitin na rin natin yung yung first statement kanina. Ayan. During the past 10 years, a tree has produced plums every other year. Last year, the tree did not produce plums, so this year, the tree will produce plums. Okay. Use deductive reasoning to show that the following procedures produce a number that is 4 times the original number. Ayan. Okay. Let n represent the original number. Okay. Multiply the number by 8. Ayan. Add 6 to the product. Ayan. Divide the sum by 2. Okay. Subtract 3 from the quotient. Ayan. What can you observe? Baka kasi nalilito kayo kanina. Ano? Bakit yung example kanina doon sa inductive reasoning na statement ay binigay din doon sa deductive reasoning? At paano naman itong naging process natin na ito ay ginamit din natin sa deductive reasoning, which wherein ginamit din natin siya doon sa inductive kanina. Ang pagkakaiba lang is ina-apply sa deductive reasoning ang general principle to come up with conclusion. Kaya pansinin nyo itong process natin, kung doon sa inductive reasoning is specific na pinili natin yung number, then nag-come up ay sinunod natin yung procedure. Dito sa deductive, naka-generalized siya. Hindi tayo kumuha ng specific example, kundi ina-apply natin yung principle o yung rule para tayo ay makapag-conclude. Kaya napansin nyo dyan, meron tayong variables na ginamit. Okay, hindi siya specific kasi nga pag sinabi natin variables, pwede yan kahit anong value na isa-substitute natin. Ayan. So, huwag malito dito sa dalawang reasoning, Okay, counter examples. A statement is a true statement provided that it is true for all cases. A counter example is a case for which a statement is not true. Okay, ulitin natin. A statement is true statement provided that it is true for all cases. A counterexample is a case for which a statement is not true. Simple as that. Okay, counterexample. Example ng counterexample. Verify that each of the following statement is a false statement by finding a counter example. Okay, for all x, ayan, that is a counter example. If x is equal to 0. Ayan. Kasi nga naman, pag nag-equal to 0 na siya, 0 is not greater than 0. So, that is the way para sabihin natin that the statement is false. Kapag 1 yan, so the statement is true. So, hindi na siya counter-example. Kapag ginawa natin siyang 0, 0 is not greater than 0 kasi. Di ba pag sinabi natin 0 is greater than 0, that is wrong. So, that is a counter-example if the value of x is 0. And how about this one? X squared is greater than x. So, counterexample, if x is equal to 1. Kasi 1 squared is not greater than 1. Okay? 1 is equal to 1. Kapag ito naman, 2 squared is greater than 4. Greater than 4. 2 squared is greater than 2. So, the answer will be 4 is greater than 2. So, hindi na yung counter-example because the statement is true. Okay? Para masabi natin counter-example, the statement should be false. In other words, dapat hindi totoo. O hindi siya tunay. So, it is a counter-example if the value of x is 1. 1 squared is not greater than 1. Kasi pag yan nasusundin natin, tingnan nyo, substitute nyo yung 1 doon sa x squared greater than x. That will be 1 squared greater than 1. Then 1 is greater than 1. So that is a counter-example. What this one? The square root of x squared is equal to x. Okay? If x is equal to negative 3. Okay? If x is equal to negative 3. Bakit kaya? Tingin nyo, bakit? Because, kahit sabihin natin na pareha sila na, siguro the absolute value is the same, pero when it comes to sign, magkaiba sila. Kasi, negative 3 times negative 3 is 9, the square root of 9 is 3. Pero pag sinubstitute natin siya doon sa right side, that will be negative 3. And 3 is not equal to negative 3. Okay, so that is a counterexample if x is equal to negative 3. Now let's proceed with problem solving with patterns. Okay, sequence is an ordered list of numbers. Example, 5, 14, 27, 44, 65. So, ang kailangan nyo gawin dyan is alamin nyo yung rule o yung kanilang patterns para malaman ninyo kung ano yung next element. By observing the given sequence o yung elements, yan, mapipredict ninyo what will be the next element. Okay. So, yung tinatawag dyan, yung bawat numbers na yan is tinatawag siyang terms. Ayan. So, the first term is 5, second term is 14, third term is 27, fourth term is 44, fifth term is 65. So, what do you think will be the sixth? Okay, the sequence continues beyond 65. That is the meaning of the ellipses. How do we represent the last term? Yan. So, dyan na papasok yung a sub 1 pertaining to the first term, a sub 2 pertaining to the second term, and so on. Yan. You will always encounter the following questions when you are dealing with sequence. Okay, what is the next term? Yan, ganyan lagi yan. Kapag pinag-uusapan natin ay sequence. What will be the next term or what will be the 19th term, the nth term? Yan. What formula or rule can be used to generate the terms? Ayan, aside from getting the next term or the nth term, may chance din na ipahanap sa inyo yung rule na ginamit doon sa sequence. Okay? Meron kasi na binibigay ang rule para malaman ninyo kung ano yung nth term. Pero may kabaligtaran, binibigay ang sequence tas kaya nga hanap ng rule. So, para makatulungan kayo kung paano hanapin yung rule, meron tayong difference table. It shows the difference between successive terms of the sequence. Example, ayan, construct a difference table for the sequence below, 2, 5, 8, 11, 14. So, ayan, gamitin natin yung difference table. First difference, ang difference ng 2 and 5 is 3. Difference ng 5 and 8 is 3. Ayan, and so on. So, magkakaroon na tayo ng idea. Okay. Another one, construct a difference table for the sequence below. Ayan. So, 9, 13, 17, 21. Okay, that is the first difference. Next. Kailangan kasi magpare-pareho yan. Kailangan magpare-pareho. So, yung difference, that will be 4, 4, and 4. Ayun, doon matatapos yung difference table. Okay, let's try. Use the difference table to predict the next term in the sequence. Try nyo nga. You may pause the video for a while and then play nyo lang kung gusto nyo nang malaman yung sagot. Ano? Okay. Okay. So, gamitin. Next. 12, 18, 24. Okay. Balikan lang natin to. Yan. So, 6. Parehas na. Okay. Paano ba ginagamit yung difference table? Using the method of extending the difference table, we predict that 118 is the next term in the sequence. Okay. What is the nth term in the sequence? The nth term formula for a sequence. Ito yung sinasabi ko sa inyo. Ito yung rule. The nth term formula generates the terms of a sequence. Consider the formula. A sub n is equal to 3n squared plus n. So, ang gagawin nyo lang dyan is, halimbawa, yung, halimbawa ay second term yung hanapin. Ang gagawin nyo lang dyan ay isa-substitute nyo yung 2 sa lahat ng n. Yan. Basta, ang ibig sabihin ng n is yung place nung term. O kung pang ilang term. Halimbawa, unang term ang hanapin, ang gagawin nyo, i-substitute nyo lahat ng 1 doon sa n. Tapos, kung pangalawang term, so lahat ng n will be magkakaroon siya ng value ng 2. Tapos, kapag third term, so lahat ng value ng n will be 3. And so on. Halimbawa, hanapin natin yung a sub 1 o the first term. I-substitute natin yung 1 sa lahat ng n. So, therefore, ang ating magiging first element will be 4. The second element or second term is 14. And the third term will be 30. How about the 40th term? So, ang gagawin nyo lang dyan is i-substitute nyo yung 40 doon sa n, lahat ng n. Then, solve nyo na siya utay-utay. 4,840. Yan. Okay, another example. Assume the pattern shown by the square tiles in the following figures. Ayan. Ito naman. Square tiles ang pag-usapan. Yan. Hindi na siya usual na number. Illustration na yung given. Okay? Yan. At yan. So, ngayon, ang gagawin nyo dyan is aalamin natin yung nth term formula sa pag-observe lang noong illustration. Pansinin nyo yung naka-vertical position at saka naka-horizontal position ng mga boxes. Okay, observe ninyo. What is the difference? O ano yung mga numbers? Yan. Nung mga boxes na naka-vertical at naka-horizontal. O kaya yung nasa pagitan noong naka-vertical, ay noong naka-horizontal. Kasi doon sa second, third, and fourth na illustration, yan, meron tayong mga naka-horizontal na boxes na position. Okay, what is the nth formula for the number of tiles in the nth figure of the sequence? Yan. How many tiles are in the 8th figure of the sequence? And which figure will cost exactly 320 tiles? Okay. Ba't kaya siya naging n minus 1? Okay? Tingnan ninyo. Sa vertical section tayo, ha? Doon sa first illustration, substitute natin yung 1 doon sa n. Kasi nasa first illustration tayo. 1 minus 1 is 0. So, wala namang naka-vertical section doon sa first figure. Doon naman sa second, that is 2 minus 1. So, meron tayong isa na nasa vertical section. Doon sa pangatlo na figure, that is 3 minus 1. So, meron tayong dalawa na nasa vertical section. At doon sa nasa fourth figure, that is 4 minus 1, meron tayong tatlo na nasa vertical section. Yan. Therefore, ang magiging formula natin is a sub n is equal to 3n minus 1. Kasi, ipapag-add natin yung 2n na nasa horizontal section at saka yung n minus 1 na nasa vertical section. Combine like terms, that is 2n plus n will be 3n, then minus 1. So, sa pamamagitan ng formula na yun, masasagot na natin yung next question. Yan. Yan yung next question. How many tiles are in the 8th figure of the sequence? So, gawin nyo lang, substitute 8 sa lahat ng n, then the answer will be 23. Okay, 23. So, ilan kaya? Ilan kayang vertical, ilang box kaya nasa vertical section at saka ilan ang nasa horizontal section? Ayan, discover nyo, no? Ayan, following, ano nyo lang, observe nyo lang yung nasa figures natin yung sa ating sample para ma-determine nyo kung ilan yung nasa vertical section at saka nasa horizontal section na boxes. Dyan sa 23. May pattern na kayo. So, para kayo inductive reasoning. So, based from the examples, makakagawa kayo ng conclusion. Next one, which figure will cost exactly 320 tiles? So, gawin nyo lang dyan. Yan. 320 is equal to 3n minus 1. Then, transpose nyo yung ayan. Gawin nyo lang is transpose nyo yung negative 1 doon sa kabila. Now, problem solving strategies na tayo. So, we have Polya's problem solving strategy. Meron lang yung 4 na step. First, understand the problem. Second, devise a plan. Third, carry out the plan. And 4 is review the solution. Okay? So, first is understand the problem. Of course, if you do not understand the problem, hindi nyo na masasagutan. Ano? Next is devise a plan. Of course, kung paano mo i-solve. Kung titingnan mo yung patterns, ano? Kung try mo i-figure out kung paano mo i-solve yung problem. Yan. Kung ano ba yung gagamitin mong formula, process. Yan. Next is carry out the plan. Yan. Keep an accurate and neat record of all your attempts. Realize that some of your initial plans will not work and that you may have to devise another plan or modify existing plan. Para ano lang yan, kung sa science, use yung hypothesis testing. Ano? Para kayo nagta-trial and error. So, kung di mag-work yung solution, then find another one. Next is review. Yan. Review na. Okay. Example, a baseball team won 2 out of their 4 games. In how many different orders could they have to win? Could they have 2 wins and 2 losses in 4 games? Yan, parang may pagka-probability type. Ano? Yan. So, first step is understand the problem. Okay, there are many different orders. So, kayo pagsusunod-sunod rin natin yung basta may 2 wins at saka may 2 losses, 4 na laro. So marami kasing possible orders yung 2 panalo at saka 2 talo. Okay, the team may have won 2 straight games and lost the last 2, or maybe they lost the first 2 games and won the last 2. So, of course, there are other possibilities. Pwedeng alternate, right? Yan. Devise a plan. Organize list of all the possible orders. Yan, magkakaroon kayo ng listing method. Yan. Carry out the plan. So, ayan, meron tayong win-win-lose na magkasunod. Tapos, alternate. Nauna si win. Tapos ay una yung win, tapos sa pagitnaan yung 2 talo. Ayan. Tapos meron tayong alternate din dyan. Kung sa una is nauna yung win, dito naman alternate kung saan nauna yung talo. Ayan. Tapos number 4 is review the solution. Okay. Merong problem na ganyan lang siya. Kadali gawin. Kung saan gagamit na ng listing method. Pero merong iba na need nyo talagang mag-solve. Okay? So, basta susundin nyo lang yung apat na steps. Okay, the Polias problem solving strategy. Okay. So, I think that's all para sa chapter na ito, and hope you learned a lot. Kasi nga masyado ding mahaba yung discussion natin for this chapter. Ayan. So, that's all. God bless.